You know, we're dealing with it for a whole second. Inflation is a worldwide problem right now because of a war in Iraq and the impact on oil and what Russia's doing. I mean, excuse me, the war in Ukraine. And thinking of Iraq because that's where my son died. Because he died. But the point is that you know, that's why it's up. We have the lowest inflation rate of almost any major country in the world. We've done a lot to try to take it under control. I've released millions of barrels of oil from our Strategic Petroleum Reserve, keeping the price down. It's down about $1.25 and going down. It needs to go more. But they talk about inflation all the time. What in God's name? And they ask why I call this the Inflation Reduction Act. If you have to take a prescription that costs you an arm and a leg, and I reduce that, and you don't have to pay as much, it reduces your cost of living. It reduces inflation in your paycheck. And by the way, I'm serious. My dad used to say everybody deserves a little bit of breathing room. Granted, when the price of a gallon of gasoline went up, we talked about it at our kitchen table. We weren't poor. We were an average middle-class family. We lived in a 3-bedroom split-level house in a development in a suburban area. We were in a situation where, you know, we had 4 kids and a grandpa living with us. And but it was, we weren't poor, but we didn't have any money. We didn't have anything left over. And so it was, you know, do you have anything left to have a little bit of breathing room? Look what's happening to drug prices on average Americans. It's actually outrageous. But this year, we finally beat pharma. We finally beat pharma. No, I've been trying this a long, long time, Debbie. I've been trying to do it. Finally. Big pharma lost and Americans won. Thanks again to the Democrats in the Congress. And I have the bad reputation of Biden's not partisan enough. Well, in this one, I'm partisan. Because a lot of these guys came up to me and women said, you know, basically said, not up to me, they can't come up to me in the White House as much when I see them though, saying, I know you're right, but it cost me in my election. I'd lose a primary if I supported you. Well, look, starting in January, if Big Pharma tries to raise the drug price faster than the cost of inflation, they're going to have to write a check for the difference back to Medicare to cover the difference. Lowering. Instead of the money going to the pockets of big drug companies buying back their own stock, which is the way in which, just why they keep buying their own stock back, that's how the executives get paid. 89% of their salary, I think that's the number, is paid on stock. Well, guess what? If you have 100 shares of stock and you buy back 50, the 50 left are worth more than 100 each one. Same total amount. And also, they're in fact putting them into the pockets of their shareholders. There's nothing wrong with that per se, unless there's somehow you're ripping people off to get there. It'll go into you. This time it goes into your pockets for lower drug prices. And look, the practical thing, at least in my household where I was raised, is that means you have more money for the car payments, more money for groceries, which are high because of Putin cutting off grain supplies. You have more money to put toward holiday shopping for your grandkids. It's about basic standard of living for ordinary Americans. What the drug companies are doing now is really inflating your cost of living. And we're doing something about it.
If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe to our channel so you'll be sure to see similar videos from BlazeTV with the added bonus of signaling YouTube that your voice and opinion still matters. And if you're looking for more great conservative content, check out one of the 2 videos suggested here.